All right, it's recording. So what's up, everybody? I got my boy Buck on
What up?
Facebook, France Montana,
You know,
and my boy Eric Owens, who is a avid Chicago Bulls fan, born and raised in Lafayette, Indiana. So he was riding Jordan sack from start
so he want rocking with them Pacers, huh?
No.
Hell no.
What's your squad, Buck?
You know me, Spurs, baby.
That's right. He's a Spurs fan.
Spurs, they trashed this year though.
Yeah, they are. LaMarcus
Aldridge.
Ooh.
I think it ain't Aldridge. I think Popovich need to hang it up, man. I think he done.
Yeah, he even act different on the sidelines, man. He ain't the same Pop he used to be.
Yeah, yeah. Pop is out of it, man. He gonna coach the Olympic team though.
Yeah, and then that's probably the beginning of his swan song. I hope it's time to pass the torch.
It is. And I mean, the dude was dominant for 20 years. So.
Yeah, 20 plus here. But that's not what this is about. I hate the Spurs anyway. But I believe the Golden State Warriors are the greatest team ever assembled. And with that being said, I think you guys know I love boxing. And one of the biggest quotes in boxing is styles make fights. And I believe if we're debating 1 and 2, because I think if you're a basketball fan, you may think the 72-10 Bulls are the greatest, but the Golden State Warriors team can't be below third or fourth, or you just lose credibility in my mind. Can we all agree on that? Hold on, I got somebody else coming in too.
Yo.
What's going on, man?
Yo, I saw that. I was like, oh, I'm about to get it here. See who all in here.
Yeah, so fellas, this is my man Henry Edwards. One of the baddest dudes you ever meet in the military. I see you rocking that beard, but he's still in the military.
You know.
Yeah, I got my man Buck and my man Eric Owens on. That's my cousin and my boy from Vegas.
Okay, what's going on, fellas?
Hey, which side of the argument are you on right now?
What side of the argument I'm on?
Yeah.
So I think I would rock with the Warrior side, but I don't think it'd be a landslide the way you was talking on Facebook earlier.
Hey, that's the point I was gonna make. I'm not saying that Warriors team couldn't beat the Bulls in a 7-game series, but 4-1, no way.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Why though? Why? Because of this. Everybody got the same thing. MJ wouldn't let them do this. MJ wouldn't let them do that. MJ was a bad boy, but those Bull squads weren't potent offensively, man. And
so you got hold on. You Kelvin, come on, you're a smart man. You got look at the era they played in. You know, the game now is played at a faster pace. You know what I'm saying? It's way more 3-point shooting. You know what I'm saying? So you can't compare how they played then and try to like attribute it to the game now. Like, oh, back then, you know, the games was 87-76. Like, it was just played different. If the Bulls were playing now, like if MJ was in his prime now, Pippen, Rodman, then it'd be a lot more higher scoring. You know what I mean? It's just a different style of game. But like you said, styles make fights. Everybody knows KD is a bad man. But outside of KD, like, you can't tell me that Rodman wouldn't lock up Draymond Green. I mean, Draymond Green would be probably kicked out the game 5 minutes to the game. Get him out of there. Then you look at Klay Thompson, great shooter, but what else does Klay do besides shoot? And you tell me you play MJ on Klay? Klay ain't gonna get off like that, man. No way. There's no we act like if they play the game right now, Steph and Klay just gonna hit every three they shoot and no defense is gonna be played. Now KD and Pippen, you know what I mean? KD will probably get off on Pippen, but not so much to where it's a landslide. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see that Warriors team. They could beat them, but I don't see total domination. There's no way. Who checks MJ on the Warriors? Let's talk the other side. The Warriors defense. Who could they lock down? Nobody.
Hold on. Let me get Henry and Eric's take real quick first. Then we'll get back to that.
So, in my opinion, KD gonna get his, MJ gonna get his, but it's too much talent on both sides for it to just be a total domination one way. Steph ain't gonna be hitting all the time, and yeah, KD can get his, but we've seen in the past where Steph and Clay been off offensively. So for it to just be a complete landslide, you talking about Steph and Clay and Draymond all got to be on. KD gonna get his, but if they start doubling KD, and depending on Steph to carry him, I don't think he's gonna carry the whole team. So I still think the Warriors gonna win. It just ain't gonna be a landslide.
So I don't see them winning at all. And here's a couple things. Number one, people fail to realize that 2016-2017 squad almost lost to the Rockets. Had Chris Paul not lost or went down with that injury, they probably would have lost.
Wrong squad.
2016, 2017?
No. Chris Paul went there. They swept everybody but the.
Oh yeah, you're right. They only lost
Cavaliers.
one. That's right. That's right. I'm thinking the following year. Following year.
Following year.
All right, so
the Rockets gave them hell. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, let's back up. So erase that part. So think about this for a second.
Well, I got hurt that year. The 16-17, yeah.
Yeah. So my thing is this. When you look at the Bulls team, outside of Jordan, everybody knew their roles, but they played it well. If you match them up with that Golden State team, at that time, you got to understand the Bulls had, 3 top defensive players that year with Rodman still could get his, Jordan, Pippen, and then sometimes Ron Harper still had occasionally could lock people up. So when on the offensive side, when the Bulls had it, they would slow the pace down like the Spurs would slow it down with Golden State. They would make Clay, and they would definitely make Curry play defense. And Clay is getting in foul trouble. So then all of a sudden there's confusion, because at the end of the day, when they do all that switching, Rodman can stay in front of now I'm not saying, to be clear, he's not going to stop Durant, but he can get him frustrated. And all of a sudden, you got boys frustrated, they can't hit, and then meanwhile Jordan's getting his, and you got people just being thrown at Durant over and over. Because Steph's not going to get, in my opinion, he's going to have a bigger body on him. They're going to rough him up. And I don't see them beating him in 7 games. I don't.
So who's locking down Steph?
I don't think it's about locking. I don't think it's about locking down. But at the end of the day, he's not. I don't see him getting 30 a night. I don't.
Because of team defense?
Well, what else is he going to be doing besides pulling threes? Yeah, he'll go to the basket, but there's going to be somebody, whether it's, hell, the Bulls have to go small, so the Bill Wellingtons, all them bums is out there, but Kukoc is still there. Kukoc is still get you 15. Like
on a good night.
Steph ain't giving you 30. I'm sorry, he's not giving 30 on. He's not averaging that. Hell, he didn't average that in any of these finals.
I don't think he need to average 30 though, with KD and everybody else on the squad with him.
Man,
you don't.
I don't think it's gonna go the way boys is thinking, because Jordan is the X factor. He's the X factor.
Right, and that goes back to Buck's point. What do you think MJ would do, Buck? What do we all think MJ would do in this series?
Hey, prime MJ, if we like just took the Bulls, that team, and fast forward in time, and they were still all in their prime, and with today's rules, Jordan averaging 35 the whole series at least. And I don't think that's far-fetched. I don't think that's asinine to assume, you know what I'm saying? He could have a series like, I don't know if y'all remember the finals that D-Wade had against the Mavericks. The first one, not the 2010, the 2005. I think, that was probably the best finals performance period ever. I think MJ would have.
But you know what? Here's the scarier thing. Back in the day, the 3-point line wasn't as valued as it is now. So if you move Jordan there, he was practicing that. Obviously, he would practice a 3-point shot more. No telling what that dude would average. The man averaged 43 and 11 and damn near 10 against the Suns in the finals, shooting twos.
Right.
When he scored 63 against that Boston team, you know how many threes that went on in that game? Two.
Okay. Let's. Can we all agree that we'll give Jordan 40 a game? Okay. What do you think, Henry?
Yeah, he can average 40. But who else is going to put up other than Jordan and Pippen? I don't see.
Now, here we go.
I don't see. Rodman will give you the defense.
Yeah.
Now, him staying in front of Durant, I see him frustrating him, which can lead to Durant getting emotional. But Durant gonna get his.
Hold on, I got another entry coming. Hold that thought, Henry. Hey, this is my boy B Cox.
What's good?
Can you hear me? Brandon. We're gonna go through this every time somebody come on. B.
I don't even see him on my screen.
You can't see that hairline? All right, we'll let B figure it out on his own. Come on, man. He about to get. I'm about to. He's liable to be on the toilet or something. But finish your thought, Henry.
Yeah. So offensively for the Bulls, like I just don't see who else is scoring other than MJ. Pippen gonna get his. I mean, Kerr will put up 10-ish, 11.
Right.
But Steph's gonna get his. I don't think Steph has the average 30 at all. Like he can give you 20 and be good. Clay can go off at any moment. So I mean,
I don't see
outside of Jordan. I just don't see how they can keep up unless they get on the run, maybe. But
I don't see
in a 7-game series.
I don't see Klay Thompson being a big factor in that series at all.
Why?
One, he would have to guard MJ. We keep looking at them just on the offensive end. But MJ and them boys on the other end going to put them through the ringer. And that's going to take a lot of that's going to drain you on energy because you know MJ going to back him down. He going to post his ass up. Fadeaways. He going to drive to the lane. He going to have Klay out there looking stupid. And when you got to spend all that energy on defense, you ain't going to have enough energy on the other end jacking up 20, 15, 23 pointers. See, y'all keep thinking that when they play the Bulls that they just going to play how they play in today's NBA where no hand checking, is no defense being played. Like that defensive end was going to hurt the Warriors. Ain't nobody on that Warriors team we talking about no all-time great defenders. Not near one of them. Maybe Draymond. Outside of Draymond, just like you say, well, outside of MJ and Pippen, who gonna get buckets? But on the other end, outside of Draymond Green, and remember, we got Dennis Rodman, gonna cancel him out. Who can lock down anybody? Who's gonna lock down Pippen? Who's gonna lock down Jordan? You know what I mean? Like who on that team?
Well, not even that, but boys is acting like everybody in the Bulls was scoring major points when they were winning these 6 chips. Who else was giving? Nobody else on that team besides Jordan was scoring. So that don't mean nothing. Against the next closest person was Pippen, I think at maybe 16, 17 a game in the finals.
You got to remember.
15.
And you
15. 15?
I'm looking at the stats. The 72-10 Bulls, he averaged 19.4.
Yeah, but
okay, I thought you were talking about okay.
And look, that's in that era. So you have obviously to transfer to this era. Warriors be talking about. You would inflate those numbers for the Bulls offensively.
How much?
Now that's debatable. But
now we giving MJ 40. Let's give Pippen 25.
Right. So you would have to inflate.
But he ain't never averaged. He ain't never did that.
Never.
His highest was like 22 or something like that. He's never averaged 25. The thing that you also forget, if you go back hold on, listen. If you go back and you look at some of them scores that when they were playing, I don't know if y'all touched on this or not, they were winning games with 80 and 90 points.
I said that.
Yeah, 80 and 90 points. Golden State can score 80, 90 points in 3 quarters.
That's because you're looking at today's game. You're not.
Listen, in 97, the hand check was taken out.
Long gone. It was long gone.
The hand check was gone.
Well, who was shooting 33-pointers in 97? Nobody. No team.
Oh, exactly.
Right.
Listen, in 97, they had 3-point specialists. Kerr was a 3-point specialist. Reggie Miller was a 3-point. You can't even get on a roster now if you don't shoot threes now.
But they would, with the rule, the way the game is played. You can't lock them in. You can't lock the Bulls into this is how they played, and then try to move them to today, and then keep them in that same. Right, you would have to adjust for the times. Like, obviously, they're not going to play that same way if they played the Warriors with today's rules and the way the game is played. You can't tell me they wouldn't make adjustments. You think Phil Jackson would be like,
listen,
okay, no, it wouldn't be like that. Steve Kerr would shoot 10 threes a game, or Luke Longley, or whoever. Like,
no, Jordan's not allowing him to shoot 10 threes a game. Jordan's not going for that. You know damn well, Jordan. Steve Kerr said himself, I was lucky if I got 5 shots in a game. Like, he wasn't built for that. He was not built for that. And another thing is they match up. They match up well together, whether you see it or not. They did not have a big man on that team. Will Perdue and Bill Whittington, no, they were not out there beasting. They didn't have no low post presence, so they would have to play.
What low post presence the Warriors got?
Exactly what I'm saying. So that style, who's gonna win that style with no big man?
No, I'm saying who on the Warriors is down low to stop the Bulls. That's what I'm saying.
That's exactly. Listen to what I'm saying. Neither one of these teams has the low post presence. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be run and gun. You know what I mean? So they can continue to run and gun because they don't have to worry about guard nobody down low. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the NBA back in the day in '97. It was low post presence.
Hold on, E, get in there.
So let me ask you this. And what's your name? The guy that was just talking? What's your name? Because I want to.
Brandon.
So let me ask you this.
Freezing up, dog.
Who had a better? Is that team or Golden State?
Say that again.
You froze up.
Who had the? I froze up. Who had the better defense? Golden State or the Bulls? Bulls. I can answer it. Bulls.
Yeah.
So you have Ron Harper, who plays defense. You got Pippen, Rodman, Jordan, right?
Right.
So if you're talking about going small, you throw in Kukoc at 5. So let's just say that's their 5, because obviously you can't play Will Perdue and Bill Cartwright, not Bill Cartwright, but Bill Wellington. You can't throw those in there, right? So that would be their go-to 5 at the end of the game. For Golden State, it'd be what? Iggy, Steph, Clay, Durant, and Draymond, right? Is that 5? Right. So if I'm doing matchups, right? Obviously, probably Harper would have to guard Steph. Then you got Jordan, Clay, Pippen, Durant, Rodman, Dre, and then Kukoc, Iggy, I guess, right? Are you telling me that you don't think – because I think it was 2016, 2017 when the Spurs played – Golden State in the playoffs?
That's the Kawhi Pachulia ankle injury.
Right. They were –
Pachulia. My Spurs was going to wax.
Spurs, which aren't that talent, or in terms of superstars, didn't have all that superstar talent, but Leonard, they were up by like 20 something in the first quarter. They were up by 20 something at Golden State. Zaza stuck his foot out, then the whole system changed. So I'm saying all that to say, team ball and the Bulls they didn't have superstars, but they had role players that knew their role and played it well. They could slow Golden State down based off of their defense and whether that they drain them on defense. It would not go this high pace because we've seen Golden State get slowed down to a point where if Kawhi doesn't get hurt, we don't know who wins that series.
The Spurs, hold on.
That's
the
just my
Spurs
opinion.
had a big team. The Spurs had a really big team. They were a bad matchup for the Warriors. They had Kawhi Leonard, not Kawhi Leonard. Aldridge. I'm looking at Pau Gasol. They had a big team, but let's not get too sidetracked on that. We're talking about the matchups.
I'm saying I say all that to say at the end of the day, it would be a lot because the Bulls stat wise had a better defense than that Golden State team. It would not go the way that they think it was going to go in terms of just up and down, scoring threes. I don't think it's going to go that way.
Yeah, Clay.
I just don't.
I think the biggest thing people are overlooking is Klay Thompson would be, in my opinion, almost a non-factor.
That's not true because Let me make my point because you brought Klay up immediately. Klay, since he came into the league, has been taking the opposite team. I got these in line, so I can't talk. Has been taking the best wing player on the opposite team. Klay has played good defense and has been flamed his whole career. And he's still been giving you 20, 25 points a game on the other end. Klay getting buckets put on him is nothing new to him. It doesn't discourage him. He continues to play good defense.
He's not putting 25, 30 on MJ head. No way.
Reggie Miller put 25, 30 on MJ head. And who's a better player?
We talking consistent.
No, who's a better player?
You talking a game here, a game that
they play the same way, Buck.
Nah, man.
Can Klay dribble? Can Reggie dribble?
Klay, first of all, Klay can't go. Klay can't dribble, and you know he can't.
Reggie can't either, right?
MJ.
No, but
Klay can't. How did Reggie get his points?
When has Klay ever needed to dribble? Klay
never.
Need to dribble.
He's the same height as Reggie Miller with a better shot, and all his stuff comes out ball movement.
Way better shot.
So how can Reggie give MJ buckets, but Klay can't? That's what I understand.
Klay would be a non-factor, bro.
He has never been a non-factor, but he has always been guarding the other team's top players.
They never played the Bulls. We talking hypotheticals. You talking about stuff that's going on now. Like MJ, we talking prime MJ in his prime. Boy, Klay can hit a shot here and there, but Klay's not going off like that. There's no way.
No,
he would have to play defense on the other end.
MJ he has always played defense.
And not against nobody like MJ, bro. Who is he guarding like MJ, bro? MJ gonna back him in that post. He gonna, old school players got that old man, that physical game, bro. He's gonna beat Klay up, and that's what I was saying earlier.
Did Reggie Miller guard Jordan?
To take into account, you know what I'm saying, like the physicalness of the Bulls on the other end. Y'all keep looking at offense. Y'all not looking like E was saying earlier. When you start matching up, go right down the list. Okay, you got Ron Harper on Curry. Curry can get some shots off, but Curry ain't gonna be driving through the lane like that, anything like that. And you got MJ and Klay, and I think that is the biggest mismatch. Even that's more of a mismatch than Pippen on KD. You know what I'm saying? MJ and Klay distance is, it is this, bro. It's no way.
I get that, but what I'm saying is, if Reggie played MJ well, then what leads you believe that Klay can't?
See, I'm confused, Kevin. When you say that he played him well, what do you mean he played him well?
Right.
What series are you talking about? You're talking about the 97, 90. What are you talking about? He played. What year are you talking about?
What'd you say?
Because you keep saying he played it. You keep saying that he played him well. Are you talking about 97, 98? What year are you talking about? That Reggie played him well? Because I went to 2 of those games, and majority of the time they were switching Jalen. Then sometimes they had Mark Jackson on them, and sometimes they put Chris Mullin. Reggie Miller wasn't on that man for 4 quarters. Klay Thompson would have to guard Michael Jordan for 4 quarters.
Yeah, it's
No,
not
he
happening.
wouldn't because the
Klay
Golden State
would-
Warriors would. The Golden State Warriors would.
They could put Iguodala on him as well. You know what I'm saying?
John Livingston.
Sean
They would all
they,
take turns.
Stop it.
So
they got
Stop.
They would all take turns.
Have you go look at that roster? Like their bench is legit.
Deep.
Their-
And you can't
their bench-
name nobody
so
on the
they-
Bulls squad.
Hmm?
You can't name nobody outside the Kukos for the Bulls bench.
but I can, but that's
Give
That's-
me somebody legit.
like when this is
Somebody you can
okay.
depend on.
This is what
Cause
I'm
the bench
getting
has
at.
to come on the floor eventually.
Right. This is what I'm getting at. The 6 championship bench that
Break it
did
up.
well.
You
break
got
it
to
up.
change rooms, man.
Can
Hey, log off your Wi-Fi and use your
Can you-
like
can you hear me?
5G or 4G.
Yeah, I can hear you.
yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So the 6 championships that the Bulls have. Can you guys name me 2 people that did well that was off their bench?
No, and here's the thing.
So that the
You can't,
question.
name me, you can't name me guys from the opposite team's bench that struck fear in your heart either.
Well, but that's not the argument here. We can't talk about other teams. We're talking about the Bulls. The
No.
Bulls have never had a dominant bench, or they didn't have any of that. They played team ball, and their scorer was Michael Jordan, and everybody played their roles. They needed a 3, it was Paxson. When he got done, they brought in Kerr. When they needed a low post, Brian Williams was there before he died in the ocean. I mean, they don't have that. That triangle, you know what I'm saying, is pass, then give it back to Jordan with 3 seconds left.
No, the point me and B was making was depth. You know,
Because
that's another factor that we believe would make Golden State win the game. They have depth. The Bulls don't. The Jazz didn't. The Sonics didn't. The Trailblazers didn't. The Suns didn't.
the Pacers, New York, none of them.
The Lakers didn't. Golden State has depth.
Sean Livingston doesn't scare anybody on offense.
He doesn't scare anybody. He's still a 6'8" guard that plays good defense.
He didn't have to scare nobody. He like you said, like, you know what I'm saying? That's just like me saying Bill Winnington don't scare, you know what I mean? Like he plays his role though. He plays his role well. He comes in, he plays good defense. He don't have to stop nobody, but he is another body who's 6'8", very long, and he can go in there and score as well. But on that team, he don't have to. So he
comes in and guards Jordan.
At times,
it's an option. Yes, they have that option.
And what's Jordan gonna do?
Jordan gonna get his buckets.
gonna
Jordan gonna get buckets against anybody. We're not saying he's not. Jordan is gonna be Jordan's gonna get 40. We know that for sure. What is everybody else gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You just want a body in front of Jordan to try to make it difficult for him.
different
He's
looks.
gonna get his.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Just like can't nobody guard KD. Ain't nobody on God's green earth can guard KD. And y'all know that. Can't nobody guard that man. Can't nobody guard Jordan. They gonna get their buckets.
So Zoom about to close us out. But
40 minutes.
so basically we penciling in MJ for 40, right? Right, Buck? Scotty get what? In today's
Scotty-
rules.
Scotty getting 25, easy.
25, that's 65 points. Kukoc getting what?
Is he starting or coming off the bench?
Whatever you want.
Getting 15.
15. So that's how many? 75 points, right? And then who else? Who your fourth with? Rodman gonna get you what? 5 or 6?
That's
8,
80
maybe?
points. 80 points.
Okay, I'll give you 80 points. And now who else scoring?
It depends.
Right. So you got a committee of 5 and 6 points, right? Everybody scoring 5 or 6 points.
Oh, committee. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
All right. Now what the Warriors gonna score?
All right, let's give KD 27 tonight.
Being guarded 1-on-1.
Period. Point blank.
All right.
Can you get 27 a night?
I mean, what KD average? What's KD's highest average points per game in any season?
Probably close to 30.
27, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't think
32. 32 is his biggest.
32 is his biggest, bro.
Yeah.
So give KD 30 then a night.
Give KD 30. All right. What
All
Clay
right.
get?
And see, Clay one game to get you 40 points, and the next game he getting 8. Clay, you cannot deny that. Clay is great of the shooter as he is. Every day does not give you consistently 25, 30 points.
I have to see a game where Clay had
Look
8
it up.
points.
Look it up. Clay does not. Now, his end of the year average is going to be 19, 20, 22, whatever. But every game he's not consistently giving you that. He's going to have a game where he has one of those crazy games where, he scored the 40 points on 11 shots, he took 6 dribbles. And then the next game, he had 17 points on 8 of the 14 shooting and really wasn't a factor. That is the truth. We all
Okay, so how much would he average then?
we get Clay.
I'm looking at his game log. He scored 8 points in a blowout that Golden State won. 11 points in a blowout.
I'm telling you, he don't score like that.
He probably was on the bench. Like the game was over with.
He scored 6 points in a blowout.
I love you, but yeah, we're not going for that. This is my argument about Clay.
Bro,
Clay Thompson is severely overrated.
If niggas is up
Severely
50
overrated.
points, Clay Curry and KD is not in the game, man. He's going to guard the toughest man on the other team. They blow niggas out and they get off the court.
Hey, and
Anyway, how much is he?
Same thing with Steph.
But he averages what?
People think Steph consistently
But you're going too far. We asked you what the Bulls would average, what they would score, and you gave them just like this. Nobody debated it.
Now he's giving analysis.
Now, just what would they score? Clay.
I said 17 for Clay.
All right, hold on. But hold on. Let's go to E. What would they score, E?
Man, I'm not going to that because, like I said, man, them two playing because you're like somebody said, y'all are putting Jordan and them in '96 where no one was shooting threes against a team that only shot threes. But at some point, if they matched up, you got to go. You have to pick an era, right? So then, if you go to the '90s era, I don't see Golden State being them. But if you're talking about brand new and if they can't have improved, then Golden State, yes, in this new era. But there's more factors that you have to put in this debate because you can't just say, well, if they played them this way. Well, if they did, more than likely Jordan and them would have adapted to the game and would have been shooting more threes. We can't just say, well, 96 they only shot 4 threes. You're right. We can't do that. Hell, if Walter Payton was in today's game, the nigga would average 200 yards a game.
Right.
But we can't do that. So we have to put in parameters. If we're gonna have this debate, in my opinion. Put in parameters of what we're talking about.
Who were the shooters on the Bulls team?
Again, who
were the shooters? Who would adapt their game to making all these threes y'all talking about?
Well, one, Jordan would have been shooting more threes.
Okay.
Pippen would have been shooting more threes. Curry would have been shooting more threes.
Pippen was not a shooter. He was not a shooter.
Kelvin, this is what I'm telling you. You're correct, but you're basing it off of the 80s and the 90s. If he was there, you don't think they would have been practicing more threes?
That's what I'm saying. You don't think Phil Jackson?
You don't think Russell Westbrook practiced threes? He still can't shoot.
Nah, that's what I'm saying is. What I'm saying is
that's like me saying if we put Golden State back in that era, you don't think they'll play tougher defense? Like,
absolutely not.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have
so let's put parameters in.
So now my argument is Golden State will play way tougher defense because they had to.
Yeah.
So in the offseason,
they wouldn't be so soft.
They will practice more defense.
So
no, you take those teams as is, how they are, and that's what we got to compare. We can't. Oh, they would shoot more threes. No, that's not how they play their game.
Well, then I shouldn't have been in this.
On threes.
Well, then I shouldn't be. I mean, we can't. So in your triangle. Hey, so in your opinion, right now, and I'm talking about right now, and this has nothing to do about our argument. Who is the best running back in the 80s?
We ain't got time for that, E.
Well, no, because what I'm saying is we're comparing apples and oranges. Is all I'm saying. We're comparing two different eras.
What B is saying, you flipping the argument to reach your narrative, but you won't flip it the other way.
Well, no, because y'all have already done that. Y'all are doing that now.
It doesn't go the other way. That's the problem.
Who would be shooting for the Bulls? Who would be doing
defense? Defense is up here. This ain't. You know what I'm saying? You just they would play. You would play tougher defense because you was in the. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't.
Bro, so you can't say, oh, the Bulls, they would have just shot more threes. That was never their game. So you can't say, oh, they would have just pushed up their game because they ran the triangle. Their offense was the triangle. And like you said, it was pass the ball around, get the ball to Jordan. Their offense was not based on shooting no threes.
Right, but if they were playing in today's time, where the three-point line is more important than what it is back when they played, you don't think they would take more threes?
I think they would, but the thing is, you translate. They had no shooters though. They had no shooters. There was no shooters on that squad. That's why Kerr is so well known. He was like the only shooter on that squad. Kukoc maybe, but they had no shooters. Golden State has nothing but shooters.
It was a
you telling me they would practice it. I don't care what you practice. Pippen couldn't shoot.
B.J. Armstrong can stroke that shit.
B.J. Armstrong went on that squad.
Jeb Buster can shoot.
No, man. They had no shooters. Ron Harper. Could Ron Harper shoot?
Nigga, he was 55 when he was there.
Did he even shoot the shots that he was practicing every day? No. Bill Winnington. How about Dickie Simpkins? Look at that roster. Judd Bushler, Randy Brown, James.
Judd Bushler wouldn't even get in the game.
Jason Cappy.
Jared Bushler
Jack
work at.
Haley.
I just seen him at Ace Hardware.
They had no shooters. So yeah, even if you drop them in today's game, they still had no shooters.
So I'll just say this then.
Hold on. Not E. Sorry, Kelvin. But remember what I said. B probably wasn't in here for this. I didn't say the Warriors couldn't beat them. I said it wouldn't be a blowout like you said 4-1.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I'm saying we have to stop assuming that the Bulls, if they played them, would score 86 points and the Warriors is going to drop a 130 on them and it's not like
at least 147.
It's a lot. Now, the bench is a good point. I think the Warriors bench is definitely way better than what the Bulls had. Point blank. There's no argument for me on there. But I think the starting matchup, the starting lineup, I think maybe y'all are sleeping a little bit on the matchups on the Bulls side against the Warriors. Of course, we know KD is a special.
No. We giving you their numbers. We agreed to whatever you said.
Look, KD, we know, is probably going to go down as probably the most efficient scorer of all time. We know that. That's why I said get KD 30 a night. But, he still match up against Pippen. KD going to play some defense. And then I really think MJ would just annihilate Klay Thompson. I'm sorry. I know Klay guards the best person now on the wing.
Man, listen, Jordan is going to annihilate anybody. Whoever you put in front of him, it doesn't matter.
All right, man, let me wrap this up. Let me get everybody, what y'all prediction in game, what would it be real quick? Buck, starting with you.
4-3 Warriors.
4-3 Warriors. B.
4-2 Warriors.
E.
4-3 Bulls.
And I said the Bulls in 5, but I'm rethinking that. I'll say the Bulls in 6. All right, I appreciate y'all taking this call, man. This was dope. Let's do it again, fellas. I'm out.
Yeah, man.
All right. Brush your teeth, B.
Your mama.